Shalom Alechem. In our Parashat Toldot, we learn a fascinating idea, and that is when you have a danger, you don't let it grow and sit there, because then afterwards it would grow to a bigger danger and it's going to come to bite you much harder. But rather, you should face it right away. And we see that idea from different places. Let's see in our Parashat Toldot, where Yitzchak digs 3 wells. On the first 2 wells, the locals, the natives, they clog it, they close it. The third well, they let it happen. Why is that? Well, on the first well, it says that since they were jealous, they came in and they told them the water is ours, it's not yours. In other words, that's how anti-Semitism works. Now, Ramban explains that this comes to reflect on the future anti-Semitism. The first well is about excuses. Oh, the Jews are no good because you're doing this wrong and that wrong. You're bad for the economy. You're bad for the world health. You're bad for this and you're bad for that. You're doing something that is wrong. You don't speak it out that you just hate the Jews. But on the second well, they don't say anything. They just close it and they send Yitzchak away. Why? Anti-Semitism grows afterwards. It doesn't need any excuses. Jews should be eliminated. Jews are filthy. Clean the world from the Jews. That's the way it is. But on the third well, they don't do anything to Yitzchak and let the well stay there. Why is that? The Netziv says a fascinating idea. If you take a look at the Psukim, the first 2 wells were not dug by Yitzchak himself, but rather by his servants, by his slaves. He sends the slaves to dig them. On the third well already, he himself goes to dig them. What's the idea over here? Why is it different when he does it? That is what we spoke before. When you let others take care of your things, when you don't put your foot down yourself and you work things yourself and you get involved with the things you should get involved, what happens is eventually the locals, they feel that since you're not there, you're sending slaves, it's easy to just come and disrupt. But when Yitzchak Avinu comes himself and puts himself on the line, that becomes much harder. They don't want to face Yitzchak Avinu himself and try to bother him, because he put his foot down, he came in, he dug it himself, he showed himself present in the place. And that is a very important thing. And we see that this idea that when you go on defense, always the enemy comes after you. But when you're on the offense, it's the opposite. For example, Avraham Avinu goes to Mitzrayim, he goes to Gerar by Avimelech and by Paro. Both of them, they take Sarah. Why? Avraham Avinu said, she's my sister. He's on defense. What happened that night? Kadosh Baruch Hu came and he started afflicting them and threatening them. Oh, now they become on the defense. Now that they get afflicted, they give away Sarah right away in the morning, and they threaten everybody. They're telling everybody, whoever touches Sarah will die. Don't play around with this woman. We found the same idea, for instance, with Shimon and Levi. When Dinah was taken away, they don't sit behind and negotiate how to get Dinah back. They go full force. They kill the entire city. Her sister is there. Yitzchak didn't like this, but Yaakov didn't like this. But although he didn't like it, they felt that that is the right thing to do. And indeed, it says over there in the Psukim right afterwards that all the surrounding nations kept quiet because they were scared. All of that, they're scared. Also, Avraham Avinu. When Lot is taken as a captive, he goes to fight against different kings and different empires. He doesn't sit behind. When he goes to fight, he wins and everybody's scared of him. And then they give him whatever he wants. For example, we see that when Esav comes forth to meet with Yaakov Avinu prepares himself for 3 things. One of the things was for war. He prepared for a war. When Esav sees that Yaakov Avinu is not on the defense, he sees that there's somebody here armed. You can feel it. You can see by the body language. You can see by the way it's reflected. Right away, Esav takes himself and leaves the place. He doesn't fight with Yaakov, although Yaakov prepared for a fight. But when you prepare for a fight, you come and face the danger has much more chance to be eliminated and to go away and to stay away. It's also a form of deterrence. But when you show a body language of defense, you're on the defense, you're scared, you're moving away, that usually gets the effect of the enemy comes to bite you much harder. It doesn't get good results, but rather it gets the opposite results.